So I'm joined today by someone named in the Epstein files for receiving an anonymous email from a sender that has piqued the interest of authorities and has played a role in starting this massive investigation in New Mexico regarding Epstein. He's best known for hosting the radio show The Rock of Talk based out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Mr. Eddie Aragon, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for letting me be here.
So you received this email, and this email has been featured in the release of the Epstein files. It says, Edward, this is sensitive, so it will be the first and last email, depending on your discretion. You can choose to take it or trash it, but this comes from a person that has been there and seen it all. As a former staff at the Zorro, the material below was taken from Jeffrey Epstein's home as my insurance in case of future litigation against Epstein. Sorry, no questions. What is damning about Jeffrey Epstein is yet to be written. Did you know somewhere in the hills outside the Zorro, two foreign girls were buried on orders of Jeffrey and Madam G? Both died by strangulation during rough fetish sex. Here are the video footage of Jeffrey Epstein. They include a variety of links. Please arrange for 1 Bitcoin by 6 a.m. EDT today. They give you the date to the Bitcoin wallet address. The USB will be sent anonymously to your attention by overnight courier upon receipt of the funds. You have my assurance. This is exclusive, never shared before. No attorneys, no samples, no questions, please confirm ASAP. So you receive this email.
Mhm.
What is going through your head as you open this up and as you read it?
Yeah, so my immediate feeling was, your blood runs cold, this seems serious, and you don't know what to do about it. It was never in my head to convey the crypto to this person because I was in possession of no crypto. Didn't have any, and even if I had it, I wouldn't have paid for this type of material. Possession of child porn, those are federal crimes, especially when you're talking about underage or any sort of violence. There's things that you can't have. I mean, as a journalist, that's something that we, have to absolutely, be a part to. So I knew that I was going in the direction of law enforcement. It was sort of out of my hands at that point. There's a couple of key points that on that letter, now that you've read it again, and I get a lot of questions from a lot of different people. And no, I did not receive any of the information. The guy told me that it was a USB that he was going to send in exchange. So that's first things first. Second, the syntax of the truncated links that they had. I mean, that lines up with security cameras, which Jeffrey Epstein had those in plenty. And third, there's really only a certain number of people who had access to the house. You had access to the ranch, then you had access to the house. But there was only a handful of people who actually had been up to the house itself, unless you were invited as part of some sort of soiree or some sort of opportunity in his salon or at his party. And then, of course, the abused women and underage girls that were over at Jeff Epstein's house. One key point to point out all of that is we've actually verified that most of the guys and the people who worked on the ranch did refer to her as Madam G.
Mm-hmm. And did you have any back and forth with this person? Was it just them sending this to you and then that was it? You reported it to the FBI?
Yeah, no back and forth. I attempted to contact them again recently. I think it was like February 22nd or something. And the email bounced back. The crypto code has been verified that it was indeed an account, and that email address no longer exists.
Mm-hmm. Were you able to identify who sent this email, either you or the FBI?
No, but not firmly, not concretely, not 100%. But what I can say, I think this is important, is again, you would have had to have access to the house in order to get this verified. And this is a person who has knowledge of murders. This is a person who has knowledge of crimes committed. This person has never come forward except to me. So my concern already is that this information has been destroyed, right? So if you're in possession of this, you communicated, and now it's out as of February 1st. If you destroyed that evidence, that makes you culpable either way.
Mm-hmm.
So, the worst part is if this never comes to light and they're able to firmly identify who sent the email, then of course that gets into criminal charges as well as possession of it.
Right.
So
it sounds like you are not taking the claims of this anonymous sender with a grain of salt at all. It almost sounds like you believe fully what this person is saying. Would you say that's accurate?
There was over 1,000 people that showed up at the other side of the mountain yesterday. I don't think they're taking these claims as fake at all.
Mm,
I don't think the Truth Commission, which was established based upon this email, is claiming those are fake. It's fake at all. I don't believe that the Land Commissioner, Stephanie Garcia Richards, is taking this claim as fake at all. I don't think Hector Balderas, the former Attorney General, is taking this. I mean, these guys are sending long justifications for their actions back in 2019 to the biggest news organizations in the world. I
mm,
mean, you don't talk that much unless there's something here that is hidden or needs to be hid. That's just a fact. They should have seized that ranch. The new owner, he should have never been given the opportunity. How did that get transacted here in the state of New Mexico? There's no way that the new owner should have ever been able to buy that property.
mm. Did anyone ever try to and discourage you from covering the Zorro Ranch story?
You could, how about the world? My radio station was taken out on November 29th, 2020. So when you get an entire radio station taken out and the FBI didn't do any investigation into that, yeah, they wanted me silenced.
That's very interesting.
Send you the video. You watch it happen 4:22 a.m. on November 29th, 2020, and they go in specifically to take out my radio station alone. I was never back on FM again.
What do you mean take out your radio station? Can you clarify what you mean?
Destroy it.
Just
No longer
take it
exists.
off, take it off air, basically.
Correct. Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. Oh my God. Okay. Who did that?
Great question. I wish I knew that.
Oh wow.
I have a pretty good idea of the types of people who did it, but there's no way I could put
Did,
any sort
did they give
but
you any reason whatsoever?
no.
Wow. Okay.
And these are two guys, you'll see it in a red truck who go to the top of the crest, which is 10,000 feet in 3 feet of snow and drive with their vehicle to take out my radio station at 4:30 in the morning.
That's really interesting. I think, and that brings me to my next question, which is, you've spent a long time doing your own independent research into the Epstein files. And what I want to ask you is there something flying under the radar now that the public should be paying much closer attention to?
They should ask the most obvious question is, why was Jeffrey Epstein here in the state of New Mexico? And then the second question is, why is Zorro Ranch the only place that was not taken down by the Fed, by the local agencies, or anybody? I think there's plenty of people who will benefit by the truth not coming out at Zorro Ranch.
As someone that's spent extensive time looking into Zorro Ranch and the Epstein files, I want to ask you a broader question, which is, what do you think is going on here? Not just with Zorro Ranch, but with the Epstein files as a whole. Why are there so many redactions? What's the play?
The best thing that could happen for Trump, and I think for the FBI and the current DOJ, would be for them to just release all of the files, and for us and for everybody to just go through them. I mean, you have seen perp walks in Europe. You've seen attempted suicides of former prime ministers and former prime minister of Norway. You've seen Barack Obama's legal counsel basically resigned her position at JP Morgan Chase. So you see a lot of things that are happening. And, we're not getting any perp walks here. We're not getting anybody at all, being brought to justice right now. So, and you have to bring everybody to justice. That's, I think a great functioning republic should have accountability.
If you could say one thing to the people spearheading this investigation, what would it be?
You're 7 years too late. You better use your resources and you better not politicize this situation. And to only do that, you'll be doing so at your own peril. The truth is already out there. This information for you to go back and get it and think that victims are suddenly going to go forward or come forward. Virginia Giuffre is dead. She's gone. How are you going to go back? I mean, how come the Truth Commission wasn't established while she was alive? Nothing was done here in the state of New Mexico. So, in my opinion, it's just another political thing that's being done in an effort to kind of get on the right side of the public opinion so that they can go ahead and win the, 2026 midterm election. It's a sad thing to say this. I mean, listen to how just how small that sounds. And that's sad. I don't want to see political rallies at Zorro Ranch. I want to see seizure of the ranch prior to it being sold. I mean, I don't know how that property gets sold. And these are the questions questions that they need to ask themselves, because everyone, and I do mean everyone, who's elected, who had the power to do something, and knowing that we had victims on that ranch, has blood on their hands.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me.
You're welcome to listen to the radio station, and then, of course, get all the details on what I do at rockoftalk.com. That's rockoftalk.com.
Thank you so much, Eddie. I appreciate it.